Well, if you ever needed a reason not to go to Florida, hurricanes and alligators. There's two. Combine the two and you're just asking for trouble. Hi, I'm Danny Quinn, and welcome to another episode of First Impressions. On today's episode, Kaya Scodelario must traverse hurricanes and alligators to save her dad in Crawl. The movie revolves around a young woman, Hayley, played by Kaya Scodelario, who's competing in a series of swimming competitions when she heads out to find her dad, Dave, played by Barry Pepper, in the midst of a hurricane wreaking havoc through Florida. She returns to her family home only to find her father trapped in the basement with only a couple of alligators for company, so now it's up to the two of them to find a way out and hopefully mend their relationship in the process. Crawl's basically another summer thriller involving deadly animals in the tradition of films like The Meg, 47 Meters Down and The Shallows. It takes the blockbuster spectacle of the former, as well as the high-concept hook the latter two. It's the latest film from Alexandre Aja, best known for his remakes of Piranha and The Hills Have Eyes. And it's also produced by horror legend Sam Raimi, so going into it, I wasn't really sure what to expect. I didn't see any trailers for it, and all I knew about it was that it involved hurricanes and alligators. So going into Crawl, I didn't really have very many expectations, especially since the movie wasn't even screened for critics, which is usually a bad sign that the studio knows that they're sitting on a proper stinker and are trying to keep the bad publicity at bay for as long as possible. But that is not the case here. I really don't know why this movie wasn't screened for critics, because it's actually fairly good. It's not terrific by any means, but as far as genre films go, it's pretty solid, all things considered. Aja is generally known for including lots and lots and lots of gore in his films, and Crawl isn't exactly an exception, as there is still plenty of gory thrills to be had here, but its main focus is on building suspense and tension. The cast mostly consists of our two leads, and they have to escape the basement and preferably the family home before it's flooded. And considering that the two are going through relationship difficulties, with Hayley's parents having divorced prior to the events of the film, the idea of them escaping their flooded house is a pretty fitting metaphor for them working past their relationship issues. It's pretty simple, but it works. And it is a very simple movie, all things considered, but in a weird way, that's pretty much why I really like it. I mean, it's very concise, it's very to the point, and it gets a lot of mileage out of its very confined setting. Kaya Scodelario also really impresses in the lead role. The last time I saw her in anything was in the recent Pirates of the Caribbean film, where she was okay, but I think she's really stepped up her game a fair bit since then. She really works in this film as a resourceful yet stubborn heroine who's riddled with self-doubt. And Barry Pepper is also quite solid as the dadsel in distress, as I've kind of taken to calling him, because he kind of is one, let's face it. But in all seriousness, I like how the film utilises the typical family working through their relationship issues in the midst of a disaster trope. And while it's nothing too mind-blowing or anything like that, there's still a lot of genuinely sweet and touching moments in between all of the alligator action. Again, these little touches don't necessarily make it the best movie in the world or anything, but it does get you somewhat invested in the characters. You like them, and you want to see them survive. And what's really surprising is that our two leads in this film do get hurt. Quite badly, in fact. It's not like in 47 Meters Down where the two leads felt like they had some kind of main character immunity shield over them, and there's quite a few moments where you do feel like they could die at any point. But at the same time, that does kind of work a wee bit against the film, because there is a lot of suspension of disbelief as the injuries get severe to the point that they're almost fatal, and the characters have to shrug them off purely for the sake of the plot. And this film is also crazy short too. At 87 minutes, it is not a very long film. It's very quick, in and out. It doesn't really have much of a story here, but again, with the short running time, I almost feel like I have to applaud the filmmakers for realising that and not padding it out with pointless subplots and shit. So kudos for that. It knows exactly what it is. Overall, while I wouldn't say Crawl is a masterpiece by any means, it is still bloody good fun, and it gets a lot of mileage and a lot of tension out of its simple and confined setting, while also managing to work in some genuine heart and sincerity in between all the excitement and horror going on. And while I do think it's a little bit easy to make comparisons to films like 47 Meters Down and The Meg, this is infinitely superior to both those flicks. I'm gonna give Crawl a strong 7 out of 10. If you're into horror thrillers, this is probably one worth checking out. It's not exactly Jaws, but it's a solid addition to the animal summer horror subgenre. thingy, I think. And it's a real shame that Paramount made it seem like a bit of a stinker with their marketing and not screening the film for critics, which is just so unusual. Now, if we could only get a new film from Sam Raimi, that'd be even better. So Crawl, have you seen it yet? If so, what did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you like about it? What did you not like about it? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you once again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment, maybe even subscribe to my channel while you're at it. If you're already subscribed, don't forget to hit the bell icon. That way you'll be notified whenever a new video is out. And if there's anything I can do to improve my presentation, do let me know. I'm always happy to hear feedback as long as it's somewhat constructive. If you want to follow me on social media or support me on Patreon, or check out my website for that matter, links are below down in the description. And until next time, I'm Danny Quinn, and don't forget to keep swimming.